it's Mrs. Ali with the Eastern Iowa Arts Academy, and I have a new art project for you. Enjoy! Today we're going to be drawing a winter mitten. So a mitten, all 4 of your fingers are inside this part of the mitten, and your thumb is in the extra piece of the mitten. A glove would go around all 5 fingers. So we're gonna do a mitten like this shape instead of a glove that would go around all 5 fingers. So like this. Okay, we're gonna start with the mitten shape first. You need a piece of paper and a pencil or something to draw with. So I draw and write with my right hand. So that means I'm gonna put my left hand on the paper to trace. If you are left-handed, you're gonna hold your pencil like this and put your right hand on the paper to trace. When I'm tracing, remember I want the mitten shape, not the glove shape. So I'm gonna go around all 4 fingers. I'm gonna make it a little bit extra big and do this big rainbow line that you see me tracing with my finger right here. If it helps you, you can practice like I'm doing, going like this, so you know where you're gonna make that line. So I'm starting here at my wrist. I'm going around my 4 fingers, stopping here. Notice my thumb sticking out to the side. I'm not holding my hand like this, like this. When I get to this V, I'm gonna go around my thumb, back to my wrist. Now, if it's a little bit wobbly in some parts, you can go back and fix it. So like this part, I think I wanna fix this a little bit. So I'm gonna erase. If you have an eraser here, you can use that too. And just kind of fix any parts that look wobbly. So if you have a bump or something, go ahead and erase and fix it. All right, so now we're gonna add the cuff of the mitten. So this would be the part that goes on your wrist to help it hold on to your hand. So instead of it stopping here, most mittens and gloves have this little cuff that goes around your wrist, kind of like a bracelet, to cling to your arm so that it doesn't fall off. So to make this, we're gonna make a line that connects the left side and right side of my mitten shape. It's okay if it's not perfectly straight. Just get it the best you can. Okay, next we're gonna add the cuff side parts. So it's kind of like a parentheses, if you know what that is, or maybe like a capital C. I'm gonna make a kind of C line there. So it's just a curved line going down. And then I do the same thing on this side, but it's gonna curve this way. So like a backwards C. I'm gonna start here, curve down. I'm trying to make them about the same size. Okay, once your curved lines are about the same size, then we're gonna connect them with a straight line again. So from this corner to this corner. Okay, so now we're gonna add some details to our mitten. So first on this cuff, we're gonna add some vertical lines. Vertical means up and down. So these are gonna be kind of like stripes going up and down. So I'm gonna go up and down this way on my cuff. Mine's kind of slanted. Okay, so next we're gonna make some horizontal stripes. Horizontal means they're gonna go across. So vertical went up and down. Horizontal means going across. Again, if you have more or less than me, that's okay, but try to leave a space because we're gonna add some details in between those lines. So see if you can leave a space for that. Okay, so now we're gonna add some fun designs in between our horizontal lines, our stripes. So it's up to you what you want to put in between there. I like to put either shapes or different types of lines. So for example, I like making hearts as a shape. So I could draw some hearts. So to do that, I add a hook on one side and then a hook going the other way to make a heart. And then I sometimes turn my paper so I can draw them going different directions. So if you have a favorite shape you can think of to add there, you can add a shape. up to you what shapes you want to do. You don't have to do hearts if you don't want. You can pick a different shape. I'm just going to add some little circles to this one because it's a pretty small space. Now you can think of other lines or shapes you could add. So for example, I could do a zigzag line. So I could start here, maybe down here, and go up, down. So I'm going diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up, until I get to the end of my mitten. Next, I'm going to add some more shapes. Okay, so I'm gonna add another row of shapes because I still have more rows. If you don't have any rows, that's okay. If you have more rows, then you get to add more shapes and lines, or you can repeat ones that you like. So I'm gonna do circles again, but I'm gonna make them different from these, and I'm gonna do some big circles. So when it repeats like that, that's called a pattern. Big, little, or right side up, upside down, or rectangle, square, rectangle, square, rectangle, square. All right, so I have a little bit of room here, so I need to add another line of some kind. So I'm gonna add a swirly line, or a curly line, going like this. So I curl around, go back out, curl around, out, around. So your goal is to fill your whole mitten with different shapes and lines in between those horizontal lines we started with. And you can pick what shapes and lines you have. It's okay if they're not the same as mine. You can use your imagination and creativity to add whatever lines and shapes you want in here. All right, so for our background, we're gonna add some snow and some wind swirls. So to make snow, I'm just gonna make a really simple snowflake. So to do that, I'm gonna make an X. Then I'm gonna add a plus sign on top. So that means a vertical line and then a horizontal line. So I'll do another one in case you missed it because I'm gonna add them to my whole background. So I did an X, so diagonal down, then that way. So X, then a vertical line through the middle, so a straight up and down line. And then I'm gonna do one more with a horizontal line going across. So I have an X and a plus sign. All right, so now I'm all done with my snowflakes. I can add some spirals going like this to be wind. All right, I'm all done with my winter mitten. Now you can add colors with markers, crayons, or color pencils, or whatever coloring supplies you have. You can trace all your pencil lines like this with a marker, and then do color pencil or crayon to fill up your white space. It's up to you however you want to color it in. You can pick your favorite colors, or you can do winter colors, which would be kind of like blues and different shades of blue. I hope you had fun drawing your winter mitten. Have a good rest of your day. Bye!